Buenos Dias Gunners Collective. Back at it? You already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Here goes another one. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a what? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a torta with the snack habit. Bye-ya, bye-ya, bye-ya. Órale. You can see I was doing the robot. In a minute, we'll start in direct fashion, man. We're going to get straight to it. As you can tell by that thumbnail, Wack 100 sure got a lot to say about a lot of people. And now, he's definitely got something to say about Money Sign Suede. Rest in peace. He just doesn't stop, right? When he goes in, he goes all the way in. This guy continues to make headlines. He continues to slander people's names. He continues to be racist. He continues to be prejudiced. He continues to disrespect the Raza and even his own brothers. Now, it's funny, man. A question jumped out to me, or actually it was for everybody. I was watching Instagram, man, looking at Instagram, and a funny question popped out. This vato from Texas, right? Shout out to Tejas first and foremost, man. Nothing but love for this big, great state of Texas. Big things come from Texas. We already know what it is. And them tortas hit different in Tejas. Yippee-ki-yo, gonna bump that body, baby. They're getting their cowboyization on, right? Definitely going down in the Lone Star State. But one thing I'll say for sure is Vatos always seem to want to make it a Texas-California beef. Like California ain't handling their business. Man, over here in California, I'm gonna let you Vatos know from Texas, we kill your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. It's no joke, man. Just like I know it's no joke in Texas. Now, the wigglization is different. Vatos over there move differently. They're more connected with the Africanos, where it's more political over here in California. That's understandable, eh? But at the same time, and at the end of the day, that's just what it is. Pensa la tira. Now, a Vato said something. He was like, if Wack 100 was from Texas, we'd already been got him. We'd already been handled our business. We'd already been got with this program. He wouldn't be saying nothing about the Raza, that's for sure. So I posed a simple question. Well, what about Charleston White? Isn't he from Texas? Didn't he say all this and that? And the guy responds back to me after 20 or 30 people clicked on it and said, yeah, Gun, you're right. What about Charleston White? He said, F them Mexican babies and all this and that. Remember? I said, exactly. I was feeling some type of way. What about Charleston White? We'll deal with our Wack 100s. You got to deal with your Charleston Whites. And this Vato said, that's different because you guys are allowing Wack 100 to disrespect the Raza. I said, well, Charleston White does the same thing. Well, he also, Wack 100 disrespects his own people. I said, well, so does Charleston White, right? To me, it doesn't matter who deals with what deals with who. The only thing that matters, man, is these individuals continue to disrespect our people and continue to disrespect all people, black and brown. That's what matters. Now, Wack done did it again. He done did it again. I think he's overstepping his boundaries. I think he's getting a little bit more flagrant foul on the call, right? I think he's getting a little bit, we got to throw a flag on the call because what he did now was he disrespected Money Sign Suede, who just recently passed. You know, and everybody knows this. He said Money Sign Suede is a nobody. He was nothing. He was nothing in the industry. He wasn't coming up in the game. His voice wasn't being heard. Well, if his voice wasn't being heard, Wack, why are we even talking about it? Why are you even talking about it? I think you're situational. I think you're going to go with news. I think you're going to go with hood politics and hood news and say whatever's on your mind, but not tell the truth. See, there's a lot of people on YouTube that do that. They'll say what's on their mind, but they're not telling the truth. And Wack, you're definitely far from the truth. This kid, and I'm going to sit here and tell you for sure, man, yeah, I definitely wasn't into his music like that. I wasn't really knowing exactly who he was prior to his death. I had heard about him. I did a video about him several months ago, getting incarcerated back to back. His name was ringing bells in the streets. He definitely had a buzzing cousin. Oh, pow! He was doing his thing. And I think everybody in the industry recognized that. If you're not a good rapper, you're not talented, you don't have a voice, then you're not going to get signed to Atlantic Records. You're not going to get signed to Sony like Conejo, respects. You're not going to get signed to these big distribution labels like GTL. It's not going to happen, GT Digital, excuse me. It's not going to happen. And the reason it's not going to happen is because you're not talented and you definitely don't got the connections. Now, this kid was making moves. He was making power moves wearing Gucci shower shoes. He was doing what he did. And here's some knowledge you can't get in college, Wack. You're just mad because a lot of the times he wouldn't give verses to your artists. Oh, did I hit a nerve there? I'm just keeping it real. It has nothing to do with black and brown. It has nothing to do with he was a Mexican kid. Because if he was a black kid and got killed, I'd feel the same type of way. You know, it's just unfortunate that, Wack, you seem to want to disrespect the Raza lately. You seem to want to pick and prod at the people, thinking that there's going to be no repercussions for your actions. Now, I want to speak on this shit, and I already talked about it, but when he disrespected Lupe, there's shout out to S-Bone, man. Shout out to S-Bone, a real one, man. But S-Bone said, you know, when she became a Crip, neighborhood Crip, right? She ceased to be Mexican, basically. You can never cease to be your ethnicity. You never cease to be brown or black. That's like a black guy being a northerner, and he never ceases to be black. Now, he's a norteño and he pushes that cause, but at the end of the day, he's still a brother, man. He's still going to have black blood running through his veins. That's going to be his culture. That's going to be his people. Now, he might identify as something else, man, but never be ashamed of what you are. Proud to be brown, stand tall and hard. And it goes for every other race, right? Every other ethnicity. Be proud of what the fuck you are. We're proud. We're white and proud. Can we get some coffee? We'll be prouder, right? That's it. Everybody is proud of what they are. That doesn't mean hate the next people to show how proud you are. That doesn't mean disrespect the other ethnicities to show you're about that. You could go about that in different ways. You could prove that to yourself and to other people in different ways. You could push your culture, but you don't need to push your culture on anyone else. You could be about your people's first and foremost. And hood stamped, certified, and agreed upon, right? I agree on that, man. You're supposed to be about your gente. Everybody, black, brown, white, no matter what, you're supposed to. There is no division. The only division that's caused is by fucking frivolous fat mouths with bubble butt 100s that are doing that. Like Wack. See, he's trying to stir the pot, not only for attention and for clout, but he's trying to stir the pot to keep this agenda going, speaking on brown people, right? Now you say, okay, well, good, you speak on black people. I absolutely do, but I don't try to speak in the negative light other than bubble butt, because he continues to do what he does, cousin. At the end of the day, I'm going to call it as I sees it, and I'm going to call him on it. You know, when you say this kid is a nobody, man, this kid just passed. Have some fucking respect for his familia. Have some respect for his fans, the people that are still grieving. You know, if Wack 100 has a homeboy that passes away, I definitely will have respect for him. I'm not going to say, it didn't matter, Holmes. He was a nobody anyways. Everybody's a somebody. Just because you can't rap, or you're not the best rapper, or you're making the best moves, or you got a bag as big as Wack's, doesn't mean you're not somebody. Everybody is somebody. Even nobodies are somebodies. You know, so when you disrespect and say like he was nothing in the game, then why is everyone talking about him? Then why are you yourself, Wack 100, talking about him if he was a nobody? That makes no sense. Now with Lupe, and one I wanted to touch on with S-Bone is he said that she was no longer part of the brown ethnicity because she became a Crip. And that's furthest from the truth. And I have to disagree, S-Bone. Nothing but the gang of respects for this Vato, because he's a very intelligent dude, man. And I like his style. And I got his personal phone number. I could tap in, man, if I needed to. But one thing I'll say for sure is I'm going to disagree. I'm going to agree to disagree, bro. And this is the disagreement right here, bro. It was more so Wack 100 not disrespecting Lupe, although that was childish and disrespecting a woman like that. It was more so the fact that if she wasn't brown, and if she's not from a brown gang, and if she doesn't rock like that, and if she's, like you said, man, she's a Crip and she rocks with the brothers, which there's no problem with that. If that's what she chooses to do, I have black homeboys from my neighborhood that rock with us too. So I understand that. There's not a problem there. Never has been, never will be, right? But this is what I don't understand in the situation, right? Then why did he go the Mexican route? Why does she have to be in front of Home Depot? And I understand blacks do be in front of Home Depot in different states like that, but you knew what he was alluding to, bro. Why she got to be in a house with 17 familia members and some roaches? Why she have to have carne asada breath? Why does he have to make all these derogatory statements towards Mexicans when addressing her? See, if she was just a Crip, and if she was from a black neighborhood, and if that's the way she rolled, then why didn't he get on her cripping? You know what I mean? On power, why didn't he do that? He chose to belittle her for being a bigger girl, or belittle her for being Mexican, man. And that's the fact of the matter. And that's what we were upset about. And that's what motherfuckers went in on. Wack 100 keeps getting the pass. He keeps getting the pass because he's black, man. Brothers, man, that know better, and real ones, don't see the bullshit. And if they do see the bullshit, they stay tight-lipped because they're going to rock with the black man. But it's time for us to overlook color, gente. It's time for us to bypass that bullshit and call a man for what a man says. You know, did Charleston White get that pass when he's talking about killing babies? Not just Mexican babies or black babies or white babies, but babies, period, man. People gave him that pass because he said Mexican babies. Ain't nothing right with that, bro. It's babies, period, man. Ask how a child killer gets treated in prison. Don't matter what color the kid is, man, you're going to get it. Let's get it, right? That's facts. So Wack 100 being getting passes constantly for the things he says. Now, Swifty Blue, oh man, I got to agree with this or I got to disagree with that. That is not a voice for the people. That is a voice for himself and for a bag he's trying to get. That is a voice for a small circle like this. He doesn't speak for the brown people. I don't speak for the brown people. I also speak for myself, man. But I'm for the people, by the people. I'm going to ask the questions and say the statements and say the things that shouldn't be put out there, man, because people will get in a big old uproar. But guess what? Spencer, almost knocked my light over. I'm really into this bullshit, right? But I'm really going to say it. I'm really going to speak on it because these are the issues that the brown people want brought to the forefront, just like there's issues that the blacks want to be brought to the forefront. Now, I guess if a skinny old Mexican got to do that, guess what I'm going to do with that? That's just the way it is. And I will. I'll say that with my chest. Now, Wack 100 disrespecting money sign Suede, that's a different level. That's a different level because this kid was just killed. This kid was just murdered in prison. And he has a family still grieving. He has fans that still care. His own manager came out and said to Wack 100 a statement, if he wasn't such a big artist, then why are you speaking on him? Why does it seem like time and time again, when something goes on with the brown community, Wack has to chime in? Now, when something goes on with the black community, I'm going to chime in, but in a positive light. You know, I'm going to give people their flowers, give them their respect. That's what you should do as a human being, man. It doesn't matter what color you are. You give people the respect. But Wack constantly belittles people. He don't know anyone. Then he knows them. Then he knows about them, but he doesn't know them. And it's like, look, bro, you're not all that. I know I'm sitting here speaking on him because Wack is somebody. He's somebody in the industry. He has a platform. His voice is heard. That's facts, man. If it wasn't, I wouldn't even give a fuck, right? But it's facts. It's righteous and it's real. But when you keep disrespecting the raza, what do you expect to happen, Wack? It's division. Because there's going to be brothers that come to your aid. No, you don't speak for all brothers. We know that. There's a lot of people that don't like you. Most of them are your own gente, right? There's a lot of people that don't like me. Most of them are my own gente. For whatever reasons they may have. Okay? I'm not on the internet disrespecting everyone. I'm the one on the internet constantly being disrespected. But that's fine. See, I'm a rock like that. I'm going to bite my tongue. I'm going to hold it in. I'm going to do what I does. I'm going to continue to take care of my children and live my life because that's the type of person I am. See, Wack 100 is more concerned with talking about people than talking to people. You know, when we had our conversation and people say, Gunner, where was that energy? I'm going to tell you exactly where the energy was at. It was matching the energy that Wack was giving me. When Wack was being respectful and kind and likewise, I was as myself. Oh, but Gunner, you talk a lot of shit. I sure do talk a lot of shit. And it's nothing I wouldn't tell him to his face. And I'm sure it's nothing he wouldn't tell me to my face. We catch these, but it's nothing that he wouldn't. And I respect that about him. But when you call a man and you have a conversation and he treats you with the utmost respect, then you have to do it likewise. You have to do it vice versa. You have to do it tit for tat. You have to be a real man. It makes no sense in causing drama and disrespecting someone over the phone that you can't get to. Does that really make any sense? You know, I got people, oh, Gunner, you're 1,000 miles away talking all that shit. Well, you're 1,000 miles away from me then talking all that shit. You know, it goes back and forth. It goes, whatever's good on your side ain't always good on my side. It's back and forth. You know, it's bullshit. It's all drama. No one's going to do nothing anyways. That's facts, right? People that were about that wouldn't even talk about it. Now, you know, Wack 100 disrespecting Mexicans, disrespecting money side Suede. And that's the way I take it, as disrespecting the raza because, you know, give a young vato a chance to breathe. Give a young vato a chance. You know, already, you know, when you got into it with Tres, Wack 100, the thing was there was, I ain't messing with no Sasars, politics, prison politics, this, that, and the other, right? But then all of a sudden they're talking about chili con carne and all these Mexican things start coming out. Things that didn't need to be said, right? It was just plain and simple. I ain't going to sign you, bro, because I don't fuck with y'all, period. All right, bam, done. But it elaborated and kept going and kept going and kept going. Now, of course, that youngster wasn't seeing color. He was willing to bypass the bullshit and the stigmas. He was willing to overstep the barriers, man, and get at you in a real way like, hey, bro, what's up? I could rap. I could do this, man. Give me a chance. One more chance. Baby, give me one more chance. He was just trying to get one chance, period. No, I don't mess with y'all. I don't do this. And then it elaborated. It kept snowballing. And, of course, you went through that thunderstorm. And apologies were accepted and people got together and whatever the case may be. And then it went on to Lupe. And then it went on to Swifty. And then it goes on to American Chola. Now, American Chola called you out, Wack 100. He said, I'm going to need that. I'm going to go ahead and need that fade. There's a lot of individuals that are calling you out. They're going to need that fade. And I tell them like I tell anyone else. He is not going to fight you. I talked to his big homeboy. His big homeboy said he ain't fighting an ant in the anthill. He ain't doing none of that. See, Wack 100 ain't here to fight. He's not here to do that. He's just here to disrespect you, laugh, and do a pushing. He's here to gain attention so he can get that bag. That's it, plain and simple and period. All eyes on me. Keep that attention. And that's all he wants. He doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to arm wrestle. He doesn't want to thumb wrestle. He don't want to do none of that. All he wants to do is get butt naked in bed, turn over with 3 fingers in his asshole, and talk to Blueface on the phone. That's it. You know what I mean? While Puff Daddy is rubbing on his back. It's about it. That's all he wants. That's all he needs in his life. And attention. Attention is key. And he's definitely going to get unwanted attention talking about Money Sign Suede. And I'll tell you why. This kid was loved, man. Never once have I seen someone past a youngster where weeks and weeks later, we're still talking about how loved he was in the city of LA. How loved he was within his community. How loved he was by these people. See, it's different when a youngster, we've never had other than, I think, Travieso from Parkside. When he died too, man, he's still being talked about. You know, but he was from a different state, man, so it was a little bit different. I'm sure they felt it more over there than we feel it over here. But in California, I'm going to tell you right now, this is real life, man. People like to take care of their own. And when this kid passed, man, I've never seen the mourning. I've never seen the wailing. I've never seen the response to his death like I'm seeing now. This kid was 22 years of age and didn't even get a chance to really prosper yet. And you got people like Wack 100 talking about he was a nobody. Everybody, Wack is a somebody. Don't ever disrespect someone like that just passed. How are you going to disrespect the dead like that, man? How are you going to clown and talk shit about him when Devalto just passed, man? Let his family grieve. Let his family lay him down, man. Let his family get over the situation. Let time pass before you get to fucking talking shit. You know, you disrespect the women. You disrespect the Crippin'. You disrespect Brick Baby in the 60s. You know, you disrespect Big U. You disrespect, I mean, it's a constant. That's all it is. When are you going to show some love and some respect? When are you going to show something for your community? When are you going to show some type of unity for your own people, not just for black and brown? We already know we ain't got that shit coming. You ain't feeling us, and that's fine. We're not here to fight for your love. We're not here to fight for the right for you. We're here for some real shit. Anyways, with that being said, gente, you know, I just don't understand why he continues to disrespect Mexicanos and continues to disrespect. Now, the shit that you're saying with Money Sign Suede could snowball. These youngsters are different. I ain't never seen no youngsters get down like this, right? They're moving different. On Paru, they're moving different. Wack. Okay? You're going to get on the wrong kid's nerves, and he's going to feel some type of way about that Money Sign Suede statement. You know, he's going to show you he's a somebody. And that's definitely not what we need, because if a Mexican was to do something to you, Wack, and I'm just saying allegedly, but if that was to happen, then, of course, man, there's going to be a whole bunch of brothers, man, that are going to be like, wow, the essays, the Mexicans done got off on Wack. Well, he's talking shit about the Mexicans and the essays. It's like going to a yard, bro. Would you, if you talk about you're so political and you know how to rock, would you disrespect Mexicans on the yard, Wack? Oh, hell no. You know damn well you won't. Just like you know the Mexicans won't disrespect you on the yard. Like, you keep it political and perfect and keep it pushing, man. Push that P, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you definitely disrespect someone on the yard, you know what time it is. Well, what makes a difference on the streets? You done had the kid's name in your mouth talking about he's a nobody. You know what I mean? He wasn't going to do nothing in this industry. What makes you the guru of the industry? Because Blueface said so? Stop it. You better stop that bullshit, man. You better let that go. You know, that's why the game ain't fucking with you. That's why shit don't mess with you. That's why all these people in the industry that you don't mess with you no more. Right? I feel kind of the same way, though. There's a lot of people that don't mess with me anymore. But that's different. You know, that's different. That's jealousy. That's definitely jealousy. That's jealousy and being tricked in the game. You know, and I want to say respects to the real ones and to the real fake ones. Fuck you. And that's it. Period. That's what you get. So anyways, when it comes to Wack 100, man, the disrespecting tactics that he's using against the Raza lately are being seen and heard and felt. And don't expect people to not call you out for face. And I know you're not going to take none of them, Wack. I know it's not going to happen. And as a Raza, what we need to do is understand and separate this man from the brothers, okay? I'm speaking to the people, not Wack. Fuck him, right? Bubble butt. I'm speaking to the gente. You need to understand, people, just like with Charleston White and Wack 100 and these individuals, man. To me, I don't look at them as speaking for the black people. They do not, man. There's very good, righteous, humble black people, man. Hardworking black people. I know, man. I'm around them, right? There's good gente, man, from everywhere. We need to understand as a people, man, that this guy is just a fucking big mouth dude. Doesn't matter what race or ethnicity he is. He's just a big mouth that likes to disrespect Mexicans. Hey, everybody can't like everybody. I understand that. And this guy definitely has something against our people. He's proven it time and time again. He's not going to get the ghetto pass this time, gente. I'm not saying go out there and do something bad to him. I'm saying the way to get back at him is get in his pockets, right? I'm saying the way to get back at him is forget what he's talking about. Hey, when he's doing a platform, man, don't watch it. Don't pay him attention because he's going to disrespect you and have you feeling some type of way. We need to put this guy on blackball list. He needs to get blackballed by the brown community because at the end of the day, man, he's already been blackballed us. That's why he says when he signed Suede's a nobody. He didn't know him. Or if he didn't know of him and he didn't get what he wanted out of him, man, he's going to disrespect them. Any man who goes on and on and on disrespecting the dead and disrespecting the Raza, man, is not a man at all. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose, get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, I'm going to speak on some shit, and I'm going to keep it real. Make sure you tune in for the double up because it's going to go down today. Ooh, they got their screen recorders ready. This is the gun. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for the struggle and the strive, man, and for realness, man. Wack 100, you get snaked in, man. On power, you get snaked in. The gun. Bang, bang.